What's up, guys? Today we're looking at Clavicular, talking to this guy about raw meat, health, PEDs, Looksmaxxing. Fun video. Let's go.
When do you say you're going to be maxed? What's the maximum amount of looks that you're going to achieve?
I think I'll reach my max looks maybe in about a year and a half to 2 years.
And what's the protocol? What's going to go into that? What's next on the checklist?
So what's next on the checklist is something called a double jaw surgery. Now this is going to be done with implants. So I'll pull up the design here for you guys, and I'll show the camera. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw on TikTok, but obviously I showed you this yesterday.
I've
So
seen
they're pretty
it.
much going to do a down graft on my face to elongate it a little.
Yeah, I think it's the plan is not perfect though. I think you're going to see an improvement, but I don't think you're going to look how you think you're going to look. Especially if what I've heard from some people what they said Clavicular said, and if that's true, then I don't think you're going to look how you think you're going to look. Also, I don't see why you didn't just get an autoplasty and pin back the ears and do a rhinoplasty first, really. Maybe he'll just do the rhino after, which I'd understand. But pinning back the ears, that's a freebie, dude. I don't know why you haven't done that.
Advancement of the lower mandible and the upper maxilla, give the face a little bit more depth. And I'm going to do that in conjunction with more gains, more physique. So I'm someone that uses exogenous hormones, and I want to know your take on this, because my whole thought process with exogenous hormones is sure, the aesthetic benefit of being bigger. It's nice. Having a more dominant frame is going to help you in business negotiations, politics, whatever. So
Really, compared to height, it does like almost nothing. You should really just put that money towards leg lengthening. And I'm telling you, I don't even go to the gym, bro. I don't work out. It hurts, okay? And I have like way more social respect than you can even understand at my height. I'm telling you, it's like a cheat code. But
I'm doing that more so for the reason that if you're trying to be natural and listen to these wellness guys, the shit that they're saying is so fucking absurd. They're wanting people to spend hundreds of dollars a week on supplements, ashwagandha, certain types of underwear, EMF shirts.
yeah, none of that will ascend you. That's all a scam. That won't really ascend you. The supplements definitely won't ascend you. You don't need supplements on the diet I recommend.
And I'm like, fellas, can we just acknowledge for one fucking second that maybe it would be a little cheaper in this economy just to use synthetic testosterone, and that way you could eat fucking Popeyes and not have to deal with all this bullshit. And
No, because once you start eating the Popeyes, oh, now you have acne. Oh, then you need a HCG because you're on test. Oh, now you need an AI because you're aromatizing too much. Now you need, there's all these things will stack up. Oh, now you need, you need Accutane when you're eating the Popeyes if you're prone to acne. And dude, ground beef is like $3 to $5 a pound, bro. Who's talking about a grass-fed ribeye? Everyone who knows their shit can say, just eat grain-fed meat if that's all you can afford. Literally eat chicken. That's so cheap, dude. Eat chicken and butter. It's really not that expensive, bro.
this really doesn't get through to all these influencers' heads because they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on the supplements that they're selling to people. So they're
Are you talking about your friend Keishami with the D-bloat powder for $30, which only has 400 milligrams of potassium anyway? Which, like, who are you? Are you talking about your other friend Santa Cruz Medicinal? Like, what influencers? Because I don't believe I don't sell any supplements. Oscar Patel doesn't sell any supplements. I don't think Baby Stickly even sells supplements. I don't know who he's talking about besides his friends, I guess. I don't know.
like, what do you mean? Eating a grass-fed ribeye every day is not, it's not unrealistic. It's like, yeah, but
Straw man.
when most people are on welfare, it starts to get into crazy
Most people on welfare are drinking and smoking and eating shit, dude. Anyone has $6 a day to get 2 pounds of ground beef, dude.
territory. So what do you think about that, about exogenous hormones?
I don't know. They kind of scare me. I mean, doesn't it make it so you can't make testosterone naturally, or is that a myth?
That's a myth. So, while
You're gonna need an HCG, and even then, a lot of people do have long-term complications.
you're on the hormones, your body does stop producing the testosterone endogenously. That is correct. But once you stop taking it, you will be fine. And if you want to ensure that, you could go a step further, take something called HCG, which is basically going to signal the receptors in your brain to start the production of the natural T again. But that's a common argument that people give is, oh, well,
Does it always work? No. It often does, though.
you're not going to be able to produce testosterone naturally. It's like, well, I'm never going to do that again. I'm never going to stop.
You're never getting off. You're going to be on forever.
Yeah,
He's
why
never
would you
getting
not
off.
operate at a higher level than the average normal. That just doesn't make sense.
And it just freaks me out. Like doing a shot every day and getting all
Not every day.
jacked up and stuff. How often do you do it?
Twice a week.
Oh, okay. That's
So
not crazy.
it's really about 1 to 2 minutes of time expenditure a week. Versus if you want to have your testosterone in the higher end of the natural reference range, you're going to be spending a lot longer than that, making sure you have 8 hours of sleep and this thing, and grounding on the
All you need to do is eat well. My test over the last year has always been 900 nanograms a deciliter or above, even near 1,000. When I was on my old diet, it was around 500 to 600. Okay? I'm in the top 1% reference range naturally. Last time I got checked a few months ago. That's all it is, dude. Oh, it takes so long. I don't even have to cook my food, bro. It takes no time at all.
Grass every morning. I promise you testosterone is going to save you a lot more time.
What about Batista, though? Wasn't he on steroids and he got off and now he looks like a skinny little guy? No, Dave Batista from wrestling.
Oh, Dave Batista? Yeah, I mean, obviously when you're juicing and stuff like that, you're going to be, you know, a lot bigger, and when you come off, the gains aren't really going to remain as much, because a lot of these guys are using compounds that kind of make their abdomen, you know, more tight and stuff like that. Like if you're using Carnivore, it's reducing your visceral fat. So when you come off, you don't have that same like roided out look. Like these things are giving you like a drier look. So sure, you know, you lose the gains, you know, from the testosterone cycles or whatever cycles you did when you come off, but that doesn't happen unless you come off. You know, so you could restart your production. No natural.
Just do it forever.
That much muscle that these bodybuilders are holding while they're on gear. So it's not to say that it's not possible to come off, but it's not possible to come off and look like an IFBB pro. You know?
So the plan is the double jaw surgery,
right?
And that brings it forward and makes it wider and bigger.
Forward and down.
And down.
A down graph. Yeah.
Give a Chad.
Yeah, essentially.
Jawline.
That's the plan.
Then you're going to max out more of the physique.
Yeah.
And then you enter into whatever
path.
I'll give him some respect for acknowledging that it's the right course of action to ascend the most. Like, I'll give him some respect. I'll give him some respect for that for sure.
it is.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm still a young guy. A lot of people don't know because I have a beard, but I'm only 19 years old.
That's crazy. Yeah, you called me Unk.
Yeah.
He's like, how old are you? I'm like 26. He's like, I didn't know you're that old.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, okay, out of pocket for no reason, catching strays.
It's over.
That's okay, I'm Unk. It is over. It's so over.
But you look younger than me, though.
Thanks. It's true. No.
That's not a good thing.
So I mean, when I think about that, but there was like I was telling you about this the other night. People will say like ridiculous shit about testosterone. They're like, oh well, you look older than 19, so you must age at like this linear rate that's accelerated. And I'm like, that doesn't even fucking make any sense. So Santa Cruz and all the wellness guys, like they don't really know much about pharmacology and stuff like that. I had my interview with him.
The way you said that implies like it's not his friend. Are they not friends anymore? Or like together? All those guys doesn't sound like his friend.
And every time I try to get into the specifics of, you know, what mechanism is going to cause the claim that you're saying right now, and they're like, oh, well, I don't know, I'm going to have to refer to an endocrinologist. And I'm like,
boom. I agree, though. The wellness thing is retarded because if it works, why wouldn't they put soldiers on that? You know, like when you need to be like a world-class athlete, a world-class fighter, anyone that's like getting paid
Is this guy joking?
the most money on earth to do anything having to do with strength or wellness, what do? Steroids, hormones, injections. It's never like raw honey and like raw meat. You know what I mean? Like if that really made people super soldiers, the Chinese would be feeding the fucking army there. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't.
No, dude. Oh my, so much wrong here, dude. If you look at the military diet, you look at the prison diet, you look at the school diet, all the government diets, they're all the same. Literally the same thing. Actually, a prison diet's better than a school diet typically in most states. Point is, they give soldiers cigarettes in the past. They give them stimulants. They give them shitty food. They give them a lot of something you can't talk about on YouTube. They give them a ton of them in one sitting. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. Like a ton, over 17 in one sitting. They are slaves. The government does not care about their health or performance even that much. They just try to pump them up on adrenaline with lots of caffeine and stimulants and processed foods for cost effectiveness. They're like, why would they spend more money if they're just, a lot of them are just going to die anyway? They're just going to get more and then make the average cost of maintaining each soldier very cheap by giving them, you know, spam and stuff like that. By the way, second point, athletes. A lot of athletes are actually carnivore. They just have contracts with things like Gatorade and, you know, lots of unhealthy food items, mostly Gatorade. So under contract, they can't say that they don't drink Gatorade. That's why you don't actually know what most of these athletes are actually eating behind closed doors, okay? Because it's obvious. If you're sponsored by these processed food companies, which they all are, you can't just say, oh yeah, I don't eat it. Makes sense. There were a few wide receivers in the NFL last year that were only eating meat, and they performed amazing, okay? People are doing this. It's not that hard to understand that eating a lot, and even exclusively meat is extremely healthy and will lead to good performance.
Probably healthy, like in a certain sense, but
it isn't even though, because when you think about what raw honey is,
yeah, they're gonna strawman raw honey.
There's actually no nutrients in it at all. It's literally just fructose.
There's not many nutrients. There are enzymes that help you digest the sugar and almost turn some of the sugar into basically an insulin-like compound in actually unheated honey, which is very different than heated honey. Actual raw honey is way better than heated honey. You're right, though. I mean, it's nutritionally, it's nothing compared to meat.
sugar, right?
Yeah, it's literally just sugar.
Don't they say though it's like makes you
How about you address raw meat then?
less allergic to the environment or something?
There's so many claims that have no evidence behind
Yeah,
it
I
at
don't
all.
buy it.
So,
That's all bullshit. I eat McDonald's every day, so.
dude, yeah, I mean, I'm almost.
Oh, you guys are in the Matrix. You eat McDonald's every day. Isn't this guy supposed to be some like woke guy? Like, oh, we're enslaved and the government's doing this and that. Bro, you're drinking a white Monster, bro. You're drinking a white monster. Do you know what's in that? A lot of citric acid. Do you know what's lining that white monster? Plastic. Citric acid and plastic. Oh, you have a bunch of microplastics in your dick, bro. You have a lot of microplastics in your balls. How are you woke? And you eat McDonald's every day. You literally eat seed oil slime every day. How are you woke, bro? You're a slave.
I'm Shake Shack, like fucking Chipotle.
Yeah, these guys are just slaves. They're in the Matrix. You guys are low testosterone men in the Matrix. You have no critical thinking skills. You have nothing to say about raw meat because, again, if I debated either of you on it, you would absolutely get destroyed and I would prove it why it's superior in every way. There it is. That's why you won't debate me. That's why, again, I've DM'd Clavicular to debate, have a conversation. It could just be a conversation. And he dodges. He hasn't responded in like a week. I'd debate him any day, no prep, and he would get destroyed. 100%. That's the end of the story.
So I love my McDonald's. McDonald's, a lot of people don't know this, but it's actually one of the more healthy fast food places you can go.
I believe it.
So, you know, they do use beef tallow on their grill. There's no seed oils. If you just get a burger and a burger bun, no.
But you eat Chipotle and Shake Shack, so you already have the seed oils. They take forever to leave your system. You might as well just get more. It doesn't even matter at this point.
No seed oils.
That's why you have to use Milanotan or whatever, because you burn in the sun.
A lot of people don't know that.
Quarter pounder is not frozen. You know that?
I didn't know that.
The Big Mac is frozen.
It's cooked to death. It doesn't matter.
The burgers are frozen, but the quarter pounder is a fresh beef patty.
Yeah, so there's that. There's the fast food. And they'll make another claim. This is the carnivore claim that is just absurd. They think that calories are not an accurate metric. So they'll say, well, if you're eating these foods, these natural raw beef, raw, you don't have to count your calories. And it doesn't.
That's true, especially if you eat lean cuts of meat. Now, calories are inaccurate for a few reasons. Firstly, it's impossible to actually know your metabolic rate unless you're in a lab connected to 10 machines. You just don't know. It's an estimate. Same with, thermogenic effects. We're open systems. There's so many confounding variables. It's impossible to know how many calories you burn. The way calories work is, let's say, for me, a 6'5" guy, if I do 10,000 steps a day, my estimate is something like 2,700 calories burned. If I then eat 1,700 calories, I will lose weight. We've seen the Twinkie experiment, right? If you eat only Twinkies, but you don't eat that much, you'll still lose weight, of course. It is an energy in and out thing. Calories just aren't the most accurate. The thing with eating only meat is that your satiety hormones get fixed. So it's way more applicably possible to follow the diet because you're not spiking your insulin. And especially when you eat lean meats, you're going to shred fat. Without counting calories. It's how it works. I have the testimonials in my school. That's how it is.
It doesn't even fucking make any sense. And all of them believe that. Even the smarter guys with the medical degrees, like Saladino, he'll make these absurd claims. And I'm like, dude, like it's just fucking.
His diet's very good for getting fat with the fruit and milk. Now, he's right. If you're on the Pal Saladino diet, you need to count calories and go into a deficit.
Retarded. So the main thing that people need to do, because it is very difficult to eat fast food, and have low fiber diets and Rice Krispie treats without exceeding your base, metabolic rate, you're probably going to gain weight for most Americans. That's where the GLP-1s come in. So say, oh, well, you have to go back before.
It's funny because meat's nature's GLP-1.
The time of all these processing ingredients, so that you don't have to use all these peptides. Or you could just embrace the fact that people are trying to fuck with us in many different ways, in terms of our hormones, in terms of our health. So you might as well go about it according to science and stay current with the times. Peptides are the future. You're really not going to win the battle against the elites who want you to eat this
There are some peptides that are pretty good. I won't disagree.
fucking sludge. Like, you're not. You might as well just eat the sludge that they put in front of you and then use the future. You're really not going to win the battle against the elites who want you to eat this fucking sludge. Like, you're not. You might as well just eat the sludge that they put in front of you and
just eat the sludge they put in front of you. How, dude, aren't you trying to be like the top 1%? You want to end up like every other American that's already doing that? Like, I know you're going to track your macros and you won't get actually obese. But bro, you will fucking die. Like, maybe it hasn't hit you yet. All these pharmaceuticals you're taking, you're eating Shake Shack and McDonald's. I wonder when it's going to hit him. He's actually going to die like fairly early. And oh, you don't care right now. You're going to care when you actually have disease. Health becomes number one in life when you need a bag to fucking shit in. Then health is suddenly important. When you have a fucking tumor, then health matters. Oh, you have cancer. Oh, now health matters. Right now, bro, you're 19. You're not wise. Not that I'm wise either. I think I'm wiser than you, but you're not wise right now. You're just doing all this shit without thinking. You're still a little kid, bro. You really are a kid doing hormones, eating like shit. You're doing a pretty invasive surgery that I don't know if that's the first thing I would do for you. Hey man, you're going to reap what you sow. Everyone out here eating raw meat, avoiding all these drugs and having naturally high testosterone, we're going to live really long and not age severely like you with all the roids in the gym. But hey, man.
And use the peptides to make sure shit doesn't go south.
Your life.
That's my take. I'm not going to fight a losing battle about all this shit. It's not realistic.
Me too. I don't buy it.
Yeah, it's totally not realistic to just, get ground beef from the store and eat it. Just eat what they serve you. Eat. He literally said, be a slave. Eat what they put in front of you. All right, you go do that if you want, but...
All that stuff. The raw, the local, fuck that, dude.
Fuck
I mean,
that.
regular food. And, yeah, but I'm
Eat regular food. What do you think is regular, bro? Your white monster, you think that's regular? What does that even...
kind of on a different, I'm like looks minimizing. I'm just
Yeah.
like on the letting myself go trajectory. I don't work out because it hurts. I don't work out. It's too
Based.
stressful, man. I don't like all that shit. I'm
Yeah,
just,
we got to get you a shirt.
I'm a serial chiller.
Yeah, dude, no, I get it fully. People, like these gym guys swear that they love going to the gym, and I'm just like, dude,
They don't.
just stop fucking lying to me, because I go to the gym.
Yeah, the gym is extremely stressful. I mean, I think some training can definitely make your physique look better, but getting lean is really all that matters in my opinion. Getting lean, being tall, and having a good face. I really think the muscle mass is doing almost nothing. And the only way you even look like you lift in a shirt is if you're roiding anyway. So being natty and going to the gym, I just think it's really a low return on investment. But
I've gone to the gym every day for 4 or 5 years or whatever. I fucking hate it. Okay, I'm just using.
yeah, they hate
I hate
it.
that
Everyone
shit, but I
hates
do it
it.
because it gives me some sort of gratification of better physique. But the process itself, it's like, dude, don't fucking lie to me that you enjoy.
Yeah, everyone hates exerting themselves for a reason. It's your body telling you not to do it. If any natural human would just say, oh, I'd rather just chill than lift. It's like, would you rather, if you gave a human 2 paths to the same destination, one path is just straight, the other path is this, it's longer, they would take the straight path. No animal naturally wants to do hard things on purpose. It's just stupid.
Physical exertion. It's like, what? Like, who are we lying to here?
So
Yeah, no one
And the
likes
other
it.
thing that these carnivore guys, like what you have to realize about them, to realize how fucking retarded this whole thing is that they're, GOTA specifically, I don't want to call out the entire community, GOTA specifically is using this sort of as a means to save like the white race. I'm like, dude,
I like Gotis.
he's a
What?
fucking idiot.
He reviewed my video and he's like, no, Nick is right. Working out is painful because we shouldn't do it. And I was like, where has this guy been?
No, dude,
We need to put
I mean, I kind of agree. I'm in the middle between Clav and Gotis. I think working out can make your body a bit more attractive, but I just think you're wearing a shirt. I don't really think people are really going to see it in the modern society, as well as I don't think the return on investment's that high. I think it's just face and height and leanness are way more important than the muscle on your body. And the studies support this. It's just minimally important, and I definitely do think the gym is quite stressful and can cause a lot of joint issues, especially with the neck and back. The way a lot of these machines put pressure on your neck and back, I wouldn't do that for sure. Calisthenics is not going to get you the same gains. It's a lot safer though.
people onto this guy.
He's not based.
Who
He's
discourages working out.
He's blue pilled, dude. He's blue pilled.
Yeah, he's blue pilled, even though he's like one of the most black pilled people of all time.
So like if you really, I'm not going to speak too much on this, but if you really think that like saving like European culture is like the pinnacle.
What's he
like,
even talking
it's definitely
about?
not going to be through fucking dietary measures. Like fuck you, dude. Like if you want Europeans to like demog and do all this shit, it's going to be through
Gotis never even talks about this. What are you talking about?
exogenous hormones and surgery and all the stuff that I'm talking about. Not fucking raw meat. So fuck Otis for that shit.
He's a raw meat guy?
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that.
He
I just
has-
knew he hates working out and stuff.
He's pretty funny because he'll take the raw steak and he'll go in front of like a vegan rally and just start like munching into it, which is disgusting, by the way.
That's
It's
gross,
completely wretched to eat like these animal organs and all this shit. It's just
It's completely wretched. But the people doing that don't have to pin tests, and they could likely have even higher tests than you, even though you're pinning. It's very well, even though I don't work out and all, it's very well my test could even be higher than yours. And I don't even pin anything, and you do. And you're on all these peptides and stuff. It would be really interesting if we both got a test. I think that'd be really interesting. I don't know how much he's pinning, but yeah, I was in the top 1% reference range by eating the wretched organs. They're so wretched, even though every natural tribe and human eats them. Look at the Inuit when they eat them. The children have smiles on their face. They're eating the liver. They're cutting the liver and eating it. They're smiling.
revolting to see it. But it is funny when
It's because you're addicted to slop food, bro. You're completely out of touch with your senses.
he trolls the
That's
vegans.
pretty funny.
Because like as much as I hate carnivores, I do hate vegans more.
That's
So,
true, yeah. I'm not into the carnivore thing.
Okay.
I think that's too much meat. I don't think we should eat that much meat. What's your take on that?
No, because
Oh.
you know they
What's your fucking reason for that?
fully deny the whole thing about cholesterol, but like in terms of heart disease, like cholesterol is real. Like you can't just be eating fucking 3 pounds of steak every single.
It's oxidized LDL, the low density lipoprotein. Oh, the good and bad cholesterol. There's only one cholesterol, and it's literally genetically dependent on how much you create if you give your body the natural resources. When you eat only meat, your body is creating as much cholesterol as at once. By the way, normally the HDL goes up, your triglycerides go down. And everyone feels great. Every other health marker is good, but then they think, oh, high LDL, it's bad. It's just stupid.
And expect not to have some sort of early onset heart disease.
Yeah, the dude eating the cooked seed oils is talking about heart disease with carnivores. Oh, this is such a joke.
Make outrageous claims like, oh, if you're insulin sensitive, then LDL cholesterol doesn't matter. And it's like, well, not exactly. So
no one makes that claim.
There's a lot of lack of nuance.
It's oxidized LDL is actually causal, by the way.
And they don't really specify things like this.
Like you can't be completely causal compared to just high LDL, by the way.
That you have to pretty much eat like 100% accurate, 100% according to these diets for those claims to be true. So for the average person, you really can't be eating that much steak, can't be eating 12 eggs a day. Your cholesterol is just going to skyrocket. Stuff I'm talking about, retatrutide.
But there's no cause and effect that high LDL is an issue. He's actually kind of right that maybe it could be an issue if you're also eating seed oils, because then maybe you'll have higher LDL and it will oxidize because seed oils oxidize your LDL, so does sugar. So yeah, I think a mixed diet is pretty horrible. I mean, I would agree in that sense, but
it's GLP-1 agonist. There's a lot of new literature showing how much it's brought down people's cholesterol levels. So like all this stuff.
Oh, that's really good. That slowly makes you lower tests, bro. What do you think makes all your steroid hormones, your cholesterol?
Like we're in 2025. This isn't fucking 1890 where pharmaceutical drugs were like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna go on. This stuff is so well researched. And the point I was making with you last night is there's a lot of shit going on in the mainstream media. We both know it. A lot of people are starting to realize, a lot of young people. So there's a lot of manipulation of narratives by who knows. So what I'm saying is people will take this fact that's true, is that there's manipulation of narratives, and they'll sort of apply it to all areas of life. That skepticism, and it's just anti-science. It's like you said, anti-intellectual. It's just fucking straight up.
Saying cholesterol causes heart disease, that's anti-science, literally by definition. Literally by definition.
Started to deny studies. There's only been one instance in all of history where there's been manipulation of literature. So there's no reason to not.
What was it? What was the only instance?
I don't recall. I wish I recalled, but
damn. Was it the food pyramid?
No.
Ancestral Keys' work, which literally relates to your claim, the 7-country study being frauded, which was already paid off by the sugar companies. This is already like proven.
No. I don't even think it was related to food. I wish I remembered. I should look into that.
There's only been one. I don't know what this guy is even saying at this point.
An interesting thing to recall. But no, there's literally only been one instance where this has happened.
Okay, they're talking about something I'm going to have to censor, I believe. Yeah, I mean, so what was the whole point here? Just eat what they put in front of you. Just eat what they put in front of you. Just raw it. It's cheaper and less hard somehow, even though ground beef is like $3 to $5 a pound. That's all you need to have high test. You don't need to do grounding to have high tests. You just need to get sunlight, sleep, and eat well. It's like those 3 things are 90% of what you need to do. And I mean, I can go get tested again to prove I actually do have high tests to show, because that would probably lend myself some credibility. I do have high tests, so I'll probably get tested and show my results. But this was not a good video. Yeah, just eat what's put in front of you, pin tests, do everything unnaturally because it's somehow better. Just eat the seed oils, lower your cholesterol. So you can't follow any of this advice unless you're ready to literally fully go out all in on drugs, which, by the way, you're going to age horribly. Wait, I'd love to see this guy when he's 30. I think he'll look horrible if he keeps this up. The diet, the intense working out, all the roids, all the peptides. I mean, some maybe could help him with aging. It depends what he does, but I can't see it going well. Yeah, these are just 2 slaves in the Matrix. Literally, they're just 2 guys in the Matrix. They're drinking a white Monster and eating McDonald's. And by the way, unless you're on Accutane, Tess, Dutasteride, you're gonna need all this whole stack, and you're just gonna age yourself. And if you're gonna follow their diet, a lot of you guys, my viewers, you struggle with acne, you follow my advice. I have countless testimonials saying you naturally cured my acne, you fixed it for me. But if you follow this advice, you're going to need Accutane, which is such a poisonous drug, genuinely. Your cholesterol is going to go down. He said, oh yeah, it's my retatrutide, I can't even pronounce it. It's lowering my cholesterol. That's the precursor to your steroid hormones, bro. That's the building block of every cell in your body. There's no causal evidence that cholesterol is bad. And if we look at associations, there's already been a study where the more cholesterol you had, the longer you live on average. It's just a bad video, man. And again, I'll debate you about diet or anything any day of the week. You're just dodging me, bro. Which, that's fine. You can do what you want. But I'm here. The ball's in your court. If you want to talk about this stuff, we can talk about this stuff. I don't think you're educated on diet at all. You don't seem to be educated on it, which is fine. It's not your expertise, but you probably shouldn't recommend things then. You don't understand the harm of what you're recommending. Oh yeah, just eat McDonald's, just eat what they put in front of you. You're speaking without expertise, which that can cause a lot of issues. The same way I wouldn't speak on really the optimal roid cycle for someone, because I'm not educated on that. That's your court. Go join his school if you want to do roids over mine. Now, if you want to know how to raise your testosterone naturally, then I recommend you join my school, because it's not going to happen if you follow this guy. I'm being straight up with you. I think that's all I have to say. Just make sure to eat the slop put in front of you.